Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Cody, and today the footy returns in only 5 days, with the two Vegas games kicking off with the Manly and the Rabbitohs, and then the Roosters and the Broncos. Now, obviously, round one tipping video will be a bit different this time. I'm going to be splitting it into 2 videos instead of 1. So for today, I'm just going to focus on the 2 Vegas games, and then I'm going to focus on the other 6 games next week. But anyways, who's excited for 2024? Me, that's who. This is going to be a great year for rugby league. But with that out of the way, let's get into today's video. Just a quick thing to mention. If you guys haven't heard yet, I am running a 2024 NRL tipping comp for my YouTube channel. So if you like to join the tipping comp, I will have an image posted right here somewhere. All you got to do is just go to my YouTube community page, click on the link that is there, and the code is just above the link as well. Or alternatively, you can also go to my Instagram. It's also on my most recent post with the code and all that. So if you want to join via my community page or via from Instagram. But just make sure that you have an NRL tipping account, so for it to work, along with an NRL account as well. And at this stage, most likely use a Chrome or Safari version. There are some issues with the phone version at the moment for both Android and iPhone. Seems like the developers have trying to fix some bugs or something, so just do those versions more recommended than using the phone. But if you like to join, I hope you can join. We're going to have a great year running the comp. But anyways, with that out of the way, let's get into the very first game. And the first game as the season opener, at least for the official season opener to open up 2024 in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium, Sin City. We have the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles taking on my boys, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. So, both of these teams are making history as the first 2 teams to take a NRL a fixture in the regular season outside of Australia and New Zealand for the first time ever, along with the Roosters and the Broncos, of course. But they have the honour and privilege to open the season in the first game in Vegas, which kicks off at 1:30 p.m. New South Wales time. Now, it's kicking off here on Sunday and Saturday night over there. I think it's 7:30 p.m. on the... I think they use Pacific time or Central time, whichever time. And 9:30 for the other game. But it's going to be this will be a great achievement for both teams just to get a win at Las Vegas. But let's get that out of the way. Now, in the past 10 games between these two, the Rabbits have been dominating this fixture, as Rabbitohs have won 7 out of the last... they've won 8 of the last 10, which includes winning the last 7 games in a row. So Manly have not won since 2019, where they ironically beat us 13 points to 12 back on the 6th of April 2019. And the last time we played, which was last year, was also 13-12, but this time other way around, where we got our first home win of the year, and that was the game that and that is the game that we celebrated John Sattler's death. Ironically, it was against versus Manly in the 1970 grand final, where he broke his fucking jaw. He was one of the toughest men back in the day, back in the 70s and 60s of rugby league. So Manly do not have a good record against us, despite having the overall head-to-head record over us. Now, this will officially be the 150th NRL match between the Sea Eagles and the Rabbitohs, with Manly winning 77 and the Rabbitohs winning 22. And to my shock, there's not been a single draw since Manly's inclusion in 1947 against us. So that could happen this week as well. But let's get into the team list to see who's made it to Vegas. So for the tips this year as well, when I go through the team list for each team, I'll start with the home team and then I'll start with the away team. Technically, this is a neutral game, but Manly are the home side for this one. But so we'll get into Manly's one first. So at fullback, we have Tom Trbojevic. Hopefully he has a good year and doesn't get injured. He's playing his first game since round 15, I believe. And all game 2 of Origin as well. Your wingers are Jason Saab and Jackson Paulo. So the former Roosters and Rabbitohs player playing against his former club once again to open the season. And then your centres are Talua Kalua and Ruben Garrick. Your halves are the newest recruitment, Luke Brooks. It's going to be interesting. And captain at halfback, Daly Cherry Evans. Now your forwards are, your props are Talila Paseka and Josh Alioi. And your hooker is Lachlan Croker. Your back row, second row is Homole Oloa and Ben Trbojevic. Your lock is Jake Trbojevic. So all 3 Trbojevic brothers are in the starting 13, which is nice to see. And then on the bench, we have Kyle Lawton, Corey Waddell, Ethan Bullymore, and Nathan Brown. And on the reserves, 18th is Jake Arthur, Raymond Tuamala Vega, Aaron Woods, Tommy Talau, and Brad Parker are your reserves. Now we go into my boys, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now fullback is obviously Latrell Mitchell. Your wingers are Alex Johnson, and making his NRL debut is Jacob Gagai. He got his thing successfully done to serve his suspension last year from the NRL state championship. So as we are low on injuries at the moment, like we've got Campbell Graham out until at least round 16, round 17 due to his sternum, which has been playing up again. In centres are Isaiah Tass and Bridge Kenner. Your halves, okay, so we do have Cody Walker, so it looks like he's overcome his calf injury, and Lachlan Ilias. Your props are Tavia Totola, and making his club debut, Sean Keppie against his former club. Yep, great to have Sean Keppie, and we needed another player in the front, making up for Burgess's place when he goes in 2025, as this will be his final year with us. Back row is Keon Kolomatangi and Jai Arrow, and captain on the lock is Captain Cameron Murray. On the bench you have Sevilla Havili, Jacob Host, Davey Malawi, and Thomas Burgess. And on the reserves, 18th man is Talith Duncan. I honestly think he should have been playing this game over Jacob Host, but it is what it is. And then we have Michael Cheekham, Jack Mitchell, Peter Mamasaurus, and Dean Hawkins as the 24. I don't know why he's not 22, but whatever. Now here's a couple stats I'm going to go through across both of the teams. Latrell Mitchell only requires 2 more tries to get 100 career NRL tries, and why not have it in Vegas? That'll be a great story to tell going into this year. This will be the 150th game between us two, with Manly winning 77 and Rabbitohs 72. We have won 8 of the past 10 against Manly, which is 7 in a row as well. Jason Saab has scored 7 tries in his past 3 games, NRL games. Alex Johnson has scored 14 tries in 15 games against the Manly Sea Eagles, and also, which is a unique stat, Manly have only won once of their past 10 round 1 games. I believe last year they finally broke it when they beat the Bulldogs 31-6. Wow, I think it's like since 2012 or 13, Manly haven't won a round 1 game by 2023. But who's going to be my tips? Who's going to be the team winning this one? Obviously, I can't go past us. And between the two games, I reckon this will be the closer game of the two and the better and competitive game too. I'm going to go to Rabbitohs to win by 6. Let's go, making history. Let's go scoreline. I reckon it's going to be high scoring. Let's go 28-22. First try scorer, I'm going to go... let's go Joey Arrow in the back row. And for an anytime try scorer, Alex Johnson to get a try. And Latrell Mitchell to get his 2 tries to get 100 successful NRL tries. And as for Manly, for an anytime try scorer for 2 of them, let's go Jason Saab. And let's go Homole Olkoladu. Rabbitohs to win by 6. Alright, and now we move on to the second game of the Las Vegas games. We have the Sydney Scums, the Sydney Roosters, taking on the Brisbane Broncos. Now, the Roosters only just scraped into the finals, into the top 8 last year after beating my boys 26-12 in the final round last year. And they went out in the second week after losing to Melbourne 18-13, even though they could have won the game, but Melbourne just got a lucky try there. And as for the Broncos, after missing the top 8 in 2022, after they fell out and finished 9th, they went all the way, finishing in 2nd place, almost winning the grand final, but then Penrith caught up and they choked. They should have won the grand final and hold them off, but they didn't. So Panthers are your 3-peat premiers. You can blame the Broncos for that. They should have won that. But anyways, we're here for a new season. Both teams are looking to make the top 8. Brisbane, they will definitely be there. Roosters, I have question marks over it, but that's just me. Anyways, let's get into this head-to-head here. So in the past 10 games between these two, Roosters have won 6 of the past 10 games, which they have won 3 of the last 4, 3 in a row. And their last game between each other, Brisbane demolished them 32 points to 10 up there at the Gabba when Broncos were not using Suncorp Stadium due to the Women's FIFA World Cup last year. So, just like the Rabbits Manly game, these two will make history as the second. This will be the second game outside of Australia and New Zealand in the regular season. I know people are going to bring up off the trial game that happened last week between the Storm and the Knights. That's why I'm referring to the regular season and not the pre-season or whatever. But it is what it is. Alright, so let's go through the team lists for both teams. Alright, so I will start with the Roosters as they are the home side for this occasion for Las Vegas. At fullback and captain is James Tedesco. Your wingers are Daniel Tupou and Joseph Suaalii. Your centres are Billy Smith and Joseph Manu. Your halves are Luke Keary and Sam Walker. And making his Roosters debut, Spencer Leniu gets a starting part. That's only because Ruaria Hargraves is currently suspended, and I think he will be back for round 2 next week against... I think Roosters play Manly next week. I'm not sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. Spencer Leniu and Lindsay Collins are your props. Brandon Smith is the hooker. In the second row, we have Sua Wong and Statili Tupanupa. Victor Radley is the lock. On the bench, we have Sen Smith, Nafua White, Nat Butcher, and Terrell May. On the reserves, 18th man is Junior Paul Gunn. It used to be called Junior, but it's Fatah Ligar. Sorry if I butchered the name wrong. Angus Crichton is on the reserves. Wow, that's actually a shock. Egan Butcher, Zach Docker Clay, and Connor Watson making his first time on the team list since that horrific injury he suffered last year. I think it was a ACL injury last year or Achilles tendon. It's one of them 2 injuries, I believe. All right, now let's go through the Broncos. Fullback is Reece Walsh. Your wingers are Jesse Arthurs and Dean Mariner. So no Corey Oates there, which that's a surprise. Centres are Tony Staggs and new centre Selwyn Cobbo. So Cobbo will be playing in the centres now rather than the wing. It will be interesting to see how he would. I mean, he was a top 5 winger. No doubt he'll be a top 10, even top 5 centre of this year. Your halves are Ezra Mam and Captain Adam Reynolds. Corey Jensen and Payne Haas are the props, and Billy Walters is the hooker. In the back row, we have Britton Palace Pakua and Jordan Ricky. Patrick Carrigan is the lock. On the bench, we have Tyson Smoothie, Fletcher Baker. So Baker is playing against his former club, the Roosters. Kobe Hetherington, Xavier Wilson make up the interchange bench. Honestly, Xavier Wilson, I think it was in the first week of the trial game. He was outstanding. No doubt he's going to be there on the bench or even a starting spot eventually later down the road. And on the reserves, there's Corey Oates. So he's 18th man. Jock Madden is 19th. We have Tristan Saylor, Martin Tapau, and Jaden Hunt on the reserves. And here are some stats between the Roosters and Broncos. Roosters have won 5 of their past 7 games against the Broncos. Selwyn Cobbo has scored 19 tries in his past 22 NRL games. Steel T Tupanupa has scored 4 tries in his past 4 games against the Broncos. And if Corey Oates does come into the side as 18th man when there's 2 injuries or something like that, he has scored 5 tries in his past 2 games against the Roosters. And if Angus Crichton is a late inclusion, he no doubt this will be his 100th game for the Roosters. So if he's a late calling, then he will play his 100th game. If not, most likely it'll be round 2 or round 3 against us. I mean, round 3 would make sense. He first played at the Rabbitohs before making the switch to the Roosters in 2019. But who do I see winning this game? And compared to the other one, I reckon this one will be also 1-12, but more higher. So I will go the Broncos to win by 10. I reckon this will be a scoreline of 26-16. Now, for a first try scorer, I'm going to go Reece Walsh. For an anytime try scorer for the Broncos, I'm going to go bold here. I'm going to go Adam Reynolds. I know it's bold, but you never know who can cross that pitch these days. And Selwyn Cobbo has another anytime. For the Roosters, for both anytime try scorers, I will go. Let's go Sue Wong in the back row there. And let's go Spencer Leniu, the former Panthers player, as well as an anytime. And if it does happen, I'm going to be thrilled. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the 2 Vegas games. That wraps up the first part, technically, of the 2024 NRL tips. So I hope you guys stuck around and enjoyed watching this video. I know it was a bit long, but I will try to get better this year. But if you are new around here as well, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out when I post a video. And don't forget, guys, to also like the video if you enjoyed this as well. I will be out with the Super League tips most likely tomorrow as well. So anyways, I will see you on the next one. And don't forget, if you want to join the my NRL tipping comp for 2024, make sure you go to my YouTube community page. Click on the link there, and the code for it to join is there as well. Anyways, see you all in the next one. Welcome to 2024 NRL. See you all in the next one. And also, up the bunnies.